Over the last 39 years that I've been working here in Oklahoma in the Extension Service and visiting with cow-calf producers all over the state, about 4 different times I've had the question about if there's any impact due to high voltage direct current power lines that are going through the pastures where the cattle are grazing. Does that have any impact at all on the reproductive or the growing capability or the survival of those cattle? Well, there has been research done, not here in Oklahoma, but in some other states that take a real good look to answer that question. In particular, in Oregon, they actually looked at a cow herd that was grazing in a range situation, pretty similar to what we have right here in Payne County. They compared cattle grazing that would go in and underneath the power lines on occasion to another herd that was very similar, close by, but did not have exposure to the electromagnetic field that might be coming from those power lines. What they found was no difference at all in the performance of the cattle. In fact, the quote that they gave at the end of the research was that there was no statistical significant differences in the growth or reproduction between cattle raised under the line and the control cattle. In even perhaps a more compelling study that was done in another state, looking at a situation where beef cow herd was actually in a confined area to where they had more permanent access to anything that might be involved with the high voltage power line above them, and they were compared then to a control group that was close at hand, close by, but not exposed to the electricity. In that particular study, the outcome was very similar. The folks saying that there was no difference in the frequency of conception, in calving rate, in growth rate, or in survival. So I think that if you're in a situation where you have one of these high voltage power lines going through your place, or you're looking to lease an operation or buy some land that might have one of these high voltage power lines going by, no real reason to have concern about the impact of cattle that might be grazing those pastures near or underneath those power lines. I hope that helps answer the question for those few folks in Oklahoma that are in that situation. And we look forward to visiting with you again next week on Sunup's Cow-Calf Corner.